Uh, Howdy, gang. Welcome back to King Come Delivery. We are currently loading. I started loading before launching the game. So this wouldn't happen. Taking longer than I thought, though. Isn't this awkward? Whoa! You stock yourself, homie? Bro, you lift? Supposed to be on a stool or something? Like... You lift, bruh? Alright, we picked up a dog, we... stole a guild seal or some shit. Do I have things to sell? No, I mean, our inventory is pretty heavy regardless, but we don't have shit to sell. I guess I put some of these foods away. And like... What's this? Some hides. I can sell hides. Sell a single hide to this guy right here. Woohoo! I'm really not sure if feeding this dog is going to be the thing for me, but he's cute to have around, right?
Good health to you.
I'm playing a video game. This is like when I'm not supposed to be thinking about feeding my pet. Should I like... Nah, I'll keep these. Sure, they're giving me the flower power buff. Just having a few. Wow. Maybe I'll sell a couple of these. They're way up. And then, check the basket.
Can we do something about the price?
Well,
Since it's you.
that's better. All right, so.
Alright, so. Alright, we're gonna dump some shit off at Peshek's, and then we have to run back to Ledetchko, and we're going to look for Reeky. We already did treasure hunting, so we're not going to do more of that just yet. Maybe later if we have time, but... I don't know, we ran into some bandits, we murdered them with our cool new sword we got. The ultimate stabber.
Yeah.
Spent like the whole session just talking about Cyberpunk last time, it was kind of silly. But... And it's probably the best time for me to just be treasure hunting, right? We went on a date.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the rat egg tourney?
Open! Maps. Murmur. Buck's blood. That's like a stamina regen thing, isn't it? This beer away. Bane potion. We're not gonna need poison for a long time still. I can get rid of secrets. Probably get rid of. 4 pounds of save slots. I'm not sure I need that many, but I also kind of don't want to drop them out. I can put away like half of these, right? Then these books we still just have to read, right? Thing with a star on it, some we haven't looked at. Even if it's like an actual book, I'll still read it like we did last time. It's interesting. Alright, how's our equipment looking? Anything I can repair? Repair kits? Really be in their own section, if you ask me. Aw. Alright, that's all well and good. And we're off. As a off.
Yeah.
To Ledetchko to look for Reeky. Brony of Sir Limpy Lubosh, who was mangled quite disgustingly. He looked like a fucking pig with his guts spilled out. We learned how to read.
Yeah.
Is it the river village? I think Reeky's house is like literally on the left here or something. Oh shit, there's a bounty on me here. Somebody reported me. Oh, hold on. If they're reporting me for, like, theft, then... I don't know, they're gonna come and search me. I'm not gonna have anything stolen. So we should be good. Possibly. Could also just stay out of sight of the cops.
Is someone there?
As this is the only place I need to be. Anna.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm looking for a fellow called Reeky. Have you ever heard of him?
Shit. That's what they call my son, Hinek.
Ah. You wouldn't happen to know where he is, would you?
I bet. I was
don't
checking
know
the sound
nothing.
levels.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
Because this Tom has a hairy dick. You like that, don't you, boy?
Watch your tongue, peasant. I'm an envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and this is an official investigation. Stop trying to put me off, and tell me where your son is right now.
Damn,
I
Henry.
apologize if I offended you, young man. But still, I don't know where Hinek is. He turned up at the house a while back, but then he vanished again in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went? What?
Look, it's been clear to me for a long time that my boy was headed for the gallows. But I'm still his father, right? And you can't expect me to rat on my own son.
If you value your son's life at all, you better pray I find him, because I'm not the only one looking for him.
That's no surprise. But what of it? If you're here on behalf of Sir Radzig, there's nothing waiting for Hinek but the gibbet.
Maybe there's a way out. He can help us.
It doesn't have to be that way. If Hinek cooperates, he can save his neck.
I can't say you put my mind at ease. But to hell with it. I'll tell you what I know. All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hynek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. Don't you have any clue at all where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from there, is all.
How's that?
'Cause every time he brought some hides for tanning and money.
He had money because he sold the stuff right away?
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for me.
All right, I'll ask at the inn then. What more do you know?
Nothing. I swear to God Almighty, I've said all I know. Hynek never told me nothing.
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have noticed something, right? How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he look when he came back? Anything?
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe one thing. He'd come home scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So he probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know? Go. And if he's really in as much shit as you say, please, try and find him. What are
He's
you?
getting a little too flustered at the end. He must actually know something. Right, so Reeky's a tanner. And that's why I call him Reeky, because he smells bad. Tanners use, like, a solution for keeping the leather from rotting, since it's, like, animal skin, you know? And whatever they use at this point in time is really gross. Of course, we probably still use the stuff, but we have like more of an automated system for it, I'm sure. Also, this Reeky fella, he buried his treasure somewhere in the yard. I'm just casually looking for it, but like, I'm sure there's someone who will tell me more, like maybe the innkeeper.
Who's there?
Maybe Reeky will even tell me. We'll go right to the inn. Try and stay off the roads to avoid any unnecessary complications. I think this is a bathhouse.
What is that sounded like?
You know what? If I recall correctly, he has a thing going with one of these promiscuous women.
Good day to you. What do you need? Take care.
Bathmaid.
God be with you.
What can you tell me about this Hynek?
What can I tell you? Nope, he's none too popular. No one cares to talk to him.
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
It's true.
What's the tanner like? Hynek's
Hey,
father?
Hynek's no good.
The less I see of him, the better. He's not exactly sparkling company.
Why do they call him Reeky anyway?
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy man. But a son should never let his father down. Enoch does nothing to help. He's always far too busy with his own affairs, though I wouldn't like to say what those are.
And does no one at all talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around with him, of course.
Harlot?
She works as a bathhouse wench. Same thing.
You're a bathhouse wench.
God bless.
Is it the girl in red?
Jesus!
Scarlet Redder.
Good afternoon.
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough. I don't know what I could tell you about him.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
I don't know.
That's a lie.
He goes to the woods from time to time. That smells fishy to me.
What do you mean? There's no law against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But Hinek doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what
That's
does he
why
do
it's
there?
dangerous.
I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
I really don't know what you want from me.
Damn it.
So Hinek is a bit odd and sometimes he goes off into the woods. So what?
So what?
When did you last see him?
A few days ago. He came to me late in the evening, drunk.
And that was unusual?
Gunk.
I never saw him drink much. He always came to me sober.
So he was acting strangely that evening?
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He kept prattling on and didn't seem to care about you know what. So I threw him out and I haven't seen him since.
Can you remember anything he said that evening?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called Lubosh who died. That he was regretting he ever got into it, but he never said what it was. And that it wasn't worth it for the money. Aye, and then he was talking about the money. That was very odd.
Money?
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
I see. What did you say to that?
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl and other harlots wouldn't go with him even for money. And if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me and we could get married and such. Oh, just poppycock.
Did you look for it?
Did you go there for a look?
No, I've got better things to do. Obviously he made it up. Where would a layabout like him get so much coin?
Yes, I understand.
What?
Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding, in the western corner.
All right, thank you.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go rob him now.
Is it true?
What?
Other whores wouldn't go with him even for money.
The other bathhouse girls are honest, so I don't know. The truth is, I felt a bit sorry for him. Folk don't like him, but it's only 'cause his old man is a grouch and a tanner.
Who are you?
I heard they don't like him because he keeps company with villains.
True enough, but they didn't like him before that either. Or me. They're close-minded yokels. Both of us are the black sheep of the village.
There's nothing more between you?
No, nothing. Maybe Hinek thinks differently, but that's how it goes.
I found out that Hinek goes poaching in the woods and he's got a hideout there. What do you know about it? Don't worry. Hinek has much bigger problems than being caught poaching. And you're not involved in it anyway, are you?
No, I'm not. It's true he used to go hunting in the woods sometimes. When he came back, he'd usually come to me. That's all.
How did you know he'd been to the woods?
He always talked about what he caught, and he never came to me at other times. Probably didn't have the money for it.
Do you know who he sold it to?
He never told me straight up. But who could he sell it to? The innkeeper, I reckon. It makes sense.
For sure. Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, because he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Good. So at least I know where to start.
That's it. Fuck you. I think I might be a cop. I don't know why he's shouting at me. I don't like him. Is this the tavern? I can't see how much. We can just starve a bit more before we can steal some soup. The innkeeper.
I'll be with you.
Man's just running a little cafe in his backyard. It's not much of an inn.
What's happening around here?
Ah, you know how it is. Always something. Especially at the mill. Not a week goes by without some ruckus there. But I'm wise to them troublemakers. Whenever they're planning some mischief, they're always huddled there in the corner, hatching their plots. Like yesterday, for instance. And by the way, now I think of it, I've not seen Kunhuta here for some time. The local herb woman. She always comes here once a week for a tankard of ale. But she ain't turned up recently. I hope nothing's happened to her. And that's not all. Like that sake has started an archery contest here. If you want to try your luck at winning a few Russian, you should go and see him.
Alright.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
But ask someone else. I have nothing to do with Reeky. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinek's.
The police.
He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
What? And it looks like threatening him's my best option, but I don't want to threaten him.
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Reeky is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Reeky is hiding out at his poaching lair, and believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right. But give me your word of honor you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
How much game did he bring you?
Man
Not
got
much,
game?
A few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
Man got no game.
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But...
Fuck.
But I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Reeky was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we had to have a light for that.
Hmm.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Alright, we got what we need. He also said something about an archery contest and an herb woman missing. The miller is obvious. I don't know, that was him being a quest tipster. So I guess there's an herb shop somewhere on the map that I should walk into at some point. That's just kind of big for a hamlet. Bigger than Falkreath. I guess building along a river is a good idea. Watch the turds float away. Do some laundry. Probably some fishing. He said in the western part of his father's holding. So, like, maybe up around here. No, I'm in the east, because I'm a dingus. I was west relative to south, but north is this way, so west is over here.
Who's there? What's that?
He's gonna follow me while I'm on his plot, so I better get out. Oh. He's obviously not gonna want me stealing the money. Maybe he even knows where it is. This. Am I even still on the plot? No, I'm off of it. It did say something about going through a logging camp. Could be this. Wood chips. You got nothing on Doritos. Almost the same as a Cheeto, though. I feel like I'm in a minority of gamers. I really don't care for Cheetos. I love cheese, obviously, but like the Cheeto itself, it's just like kind of hard. They're not like the same. They're all inconsistent. They're shaped weird. Occasionally you get one that's like way too hard and you feel like you're gonna crack your freaking tooth biting it. Like, I'd rather just have a puff. Not to mention it's literally made of cow food. It's the hot dog of grain products. Gotta be here. This looks too obvious. There's some kind of mulch pit. Throwing all the bones and trash in here. Tons of footprints around here. Could be somewhere in this garden. That'd be stupid. Why would you ruin your father's fields like that? Start digging right here. Yes. Wait! Okay, next, we're looking for a mine shaft. They've marked all the available ones in the area. Quest givers. Right up here is Sasau, so it should be big. Big town. Probably this one, but I want to go to E just because it's the blacksmith. Last time I was talking about there's like a sword you collect in pieces, and I'm like 80% sure the blacksmith has one of them, either in his pocket or in a chest in his home. And you might get it as a reward for his quest that he has there. Also supposed to be like hunting a boar or something, right? Boar and mushrooms. So I can maybe collect some of them on the shaft.
Yeah.
Room shaft. Wonder if anybody's ever jerked off with like athlete's foot on their hands. It has to have happened. Can't be pretty though. Athlete's foot's a silly name because it can get on all of your skin. Actually, a fungal infection called ringworm, which is also a silly name because like it's not worms, it's like something that comes from a worm. Or maybe it's that the fungus works through you like a worm. I don't know. Fungal infections are scary. There's not much we can do about them, generally. How are we doing on time? Can we talk about Weeb's shit yet? Yeah, we can. Alright, I've got myself a list. Geez, okay. Oh, I think the first thing on the list is SSS Dynazenon. This is a sort of sequel to SSS Gridman, which is also a sequel to, like, Ultraman, question mark? I don't know. SSS stands for, like, Super Switch Sentai or some bullshit. So, basically that means Power Rangers, and these people are gonna, you know, they're gonna have a Voltron type thing, a Megazord. Huh. Alright, I want to go to B, actually.
Yeah.
I can't jump the river. You know, I think that stuff's cool when it's not too cheesy. Even Power Rangers can be funny, though, especially if you're watching, like, the actual Japanese show, without all the injected teen drama that came with the Western releases. So, like, Gridman was a neat thing, I guess. Like, I enjoyed it. It was a closed story. Wrapped itself up nicely. What was there was enjoyable, even if it went with, like, the amnesiac protagonist trope. That winded up with everything being kind of fake, or... I don't know, I didn't love how it wrapped up, but it was fine. Enjoyed what it was. Also, fucking, what's her name? Rika, dummy thick thighs, yes. So naturally I was interested in their second thing, which is different world, but, you know, same concept, still Megazord fighting kaijus. I really didn't like it very much. Like, everyone was kind of emo. And, like, the kaiju were less of a threat. It was weird. They were obviously still destroying things, but, like, there were people controlling them, and then, like, it focused too much on the people who controlled them, who you didn't actually fight. Like, you were still fighting the monsters, but then you're talking to the villain, you're like, hey, please stop doing this, it's not okay. And eventually they do. Or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone being emo kind of plays a role into that, like, they kind of become friends. Rather than the robot being, like, some mysterious alien tech, they literally just have, like, an action figure toy. Everybody gets a piece of it. And they, like, assemble it in person to make the robot. It's kind of silly, kind of stupid. Yeah, I didn't think anybody in the show was very likable. And again, things were just kind of silly and stupid at times. This felt very much like how the two sequel seasons of SLCL went, fully coolly. And what was it? I think Alternative felt a lot more like the original, but it was still, like, stupid. It just didn't... Nothing held a candle to the first. And Progressive was, like, a confusing mess. Wow, he grabbed the mushroom. But I don't know, I really don't have too much to say about it, because one, I watched it a long time ago, and two, just not a lot to say. Like, I didn't pay too much attention to it, it wasn't holding my attention. I technically finished it, that's because I, like, put it on as background noise.
Yeah.
And, like, I still like seeing a robot punch a dinosaur, that's always fine.
Yeah.
But, like, everything else around it, which makes up the bulk of the watch time, is just like, what? Grave? This is a grave? Who died? Oh, here's a grave. Problem. This whole damn mushroom. Cobwebs. Cliff. Doll maker potion. What the hell? Your muscle after you lose control. Oh, it's a stun potion. Stun poison. Cool. Okay. Oh, how much treasure. Wonder what's at this smoky boy. What else do we got? I'm trying to read the small print and not spoil the surprise, though I'm sure you can make out some of it too. Yaosuke. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. I believe it was a Netflix show about a black samurai, not to be confused with Afro Samurai, because this is a real person it's based on. So the show is very much fiction, because he is fighting robots and shit.
What are you gaping at, you piece of shit? Looking for a punch in the face, are you?
Hey, well, punch in the face, are you? Fuck you. Woo! Jesus, I'm surrounded.
Go!
Alright, he bled out. He's a bitch. I usually take swords, especially cheap ones, just so I can repair them. Right, so... Oh, he was like a ship hand or something, that's how he ended up in Japan, and then somebody's like, wow, this guy actually beat, like, my bodyguard's ass, he should be my bodyguard. So he became, like, a lord's actual vassal or whatever, an actual samurai. And that part of his story stayed intact, but the part of the show that you watch is not that. Jeez, I think there's like a sick girl or something. She has like a magical ability. And she needs to go up a river where the robot men are. I only vaguely remember the story, like I didn't pay attention. It was just, the action was really fluid and good. And this man like cuts limbs off and shit, like it's really hyper violent. Something you rarely see when someone gets sliced in half and it's just like neon red blood filling it in. Like it's super hot or something, which is a cool aesthetic choice. It worked. It let them do it easily. But again, it's something you rarely see, like people actually getting sliced in half like that. When it's not just for shock value, I mean, like a one-time thing. Like, nah, here's a whole crowd of guys, they're all getting cut in half. I don't know. The guy, like, goes into retirement after his lord gets wrecked. And then they pull him out to go help the girl make her odyssey across the river, and I don't think it works out or something. And he goes on a revenge quest. That's all there is to it. I'm not sure if either of these are going to help me just yet. But local hero's obviously the better one to have later on. Scholar. Oh, these are all the personality ones. I don't necessarily feel the need to take. Savage is probably more useful. Because, like, why would I be fighting in a town unless I'm doing crime stuff? So I think I can get them both, thanks to the perk mod. I'll offer Lowborn. Troubadour. Sure. I'm guessing this means like a speech buff, not giving me experience for haggling. Go Troubadour. Right, and again, it's another thing that I kind of put on as background noise. I just wanted to watch people get cut in half occasionally. I was taking around on my phone or whatever. And, like, the story was just that. Like, it was a revenge thing. Okay, whatever. Old badass comes out of retirement to get revenge. And nothing special there. But if you want to see people die in, like, quick fluid action that doesn't involve a ton of flashbacks during the fight while everyone explains their entire backstory, definitely check it out. I think that was probably the mineshaft, whatever. We're going towards F.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. What's the next one? Oh, perfect. Getting hacked. You love to see it. Fuck you, dog.
Christ. I yield. Enough.
Piece of shit. What did it say? 86? 86 is pretty good. It's pretty really good. Let's see, obviously... like, symbolism for World War II stuff, Nazi occupation, internment camps, that kind of thing. But basically, we have a race of, like, silver-haired white people who have, like, a glorious empire utopia thing. And they're all living in ignorance while they have automated robots fighting their war for them against other automated robots, and they're like bug-type vehicles, bug tanks on legs, Metal Gears. Feed the boy.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
At first you follow one of their military commanders who's like a princess, I guess. But she is supposed to be the good guy, not the bad guy. Ooh. As little does everyone else in the world know, but their soldiers are not automated robots. They are people. People who do not have white hair. You see what I mean about, like, Nazi occupation, symbolism, whatever? It's, you know, they're not Aryan. I should hold on to these really. Piercing arrow, finger, bow, hazel bow, bow. Got a lot of shit to sell. Right, so, like, obviously their soldiers don't give a shit about the people they're fighting for. They're, like, they just don't know anything but fighting, so they got their tanks, they take care of them, and then they're all comrade soldier types, whatever. You know, obviously there's character drama between all of them. And them trying to get to like their commander, who's trying to be nice to them. And I don't know, people die. A fair amount of people die quickly at first before the elite squad who carries on the rest of the show moves on. Which I guess keeps you on your seat for a bit at least, because you know that nobody has plot armor. Until they ultimately do. Like, obviously the protagonist, Shin, isn't gonna die. Even when they try to make that, like, the big thing towards the end, which, again, did keep me on my seat until he ultimately survived. I don't know, I didn't really care about the Empire people too much, and I think the writers didn't either, because they didn't stick around for much. The girl shows up again later, and she's gonna be in the next part. But she, like, disappears for literally half a season. After they defect, essentially, like, they clear out all the robots in their area, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna keep fighting, because that's all we know how to do. Bye. They just leave. It's not like they can send anyone after them, because that would be admitting that they're more than just machines. So they go out into the wasteland, which is covered with more swarms of freaking robots, but they're looking for living people, and they actually find them. There are actually other towns of people who don't have robot armies. And they end up joining them, and then they get involved with more war stuff. I don't know, that's been the show so far. You got spider bots fighting other spider bots. There's like some other weird Deus Ex Machina plot stuff going on with the protagonist. And his personal reason for going after the machines, but really, it's just a war show, I don't know. It's good. Kinda like Code Geass, minus the I've outsmarted you. And, booyah, I can read your mind. That doesn't happen either. This looks like the poacher lair. again, it's kind of just really good. Obviously, I can't go into detail and spoil everything. I give you, like, the general plot arc, but no. There's a lot more to it than that. Any chests in here, Reeky? Nah?
Mercy. Oh, damn it. He won't hold out for long. Help me. Please.
Bleeding out, bro?
What happened to you?
Ranson and his people. They found me.
Where did they go?
Oh. I don't. No.
I think that means I took too long. I'm not sure. I feel like he's supposed to be fine, and then I, like, get ambushed or something. But maybe that still happens.
What happened at Neuhof? Who's coming for you?
Rance people. Loyal. What a fucking mess.
Why?
We didn't want to kill nobody. Only they're savages. We ran off.
I'm looking for those bastards who attacked Neuhof. Where can I find them?
They've got a camp.
Where? Come on, tell me.
I don't know. I've never been there.
So how do you know about it? Who told you?
My mate. Timmy. He was there. But they might have got him by now.
Where can I find him?
He works at the windmill by Myriad. Unless they've killed him already.
What can I do with you now?
Help me. Please.
I'm sorry, but there's no help for you in this world. Not anymore.
I know. Help me. To the next one. Please.
Oh. Am I just... I'll eat that bread. That'd be quite nice. Dirty, bloody hunting boots. I'll take it. Sharpen that axe. Nourishment, food, bed. Yeah. I feel like that wasn't right, but I might be thinking of Timmy, who's also being chased. Jeez. Map. Sorry about Timmy at the windmill. Up the way to Townburg. I don't know, I feel like we should stop back at Ratai first. Did I mount my horse? I sure did. So rather than riding through the darkness, we can just fast travel to try and pass time, right? I want to go back to Peshek's actually to sleep. Cross that river. Definitely something you can do. Wow, no encounters. What else do we have? Okay. Okay. Loading, Eden Zero, that's what it was called. I've only watched the first half because it was, like... It was one of the COVID releases, like, they did half of it, and then they put out the other half a few months later. So, that's the story with that. And I'm not sure if I intend to go back for the other half. Like, I can put it on as background noise, but I didn't think it was all that great. Horse. What we got in his inventory? Can't sort it. No, it's sorted in itself. I probably want to sort this, right? Or repair this, I mean. I want this and this and these seem a little heavy, but I'll hold on to them regardless. So I can repair just because I have money to go and buy new kits. Oh no, we do that ourselves. So I guess you would call Eden Zero a comedy. A sort of action-adventure comedy. With less emphasis on the action, more so the adventure. That you follow a kid who was, like, abandoned as a child on a planet of, like, sentient robots, I guess. Or robots living out the roles of a fantasy kingdom, which is kind of weird. And he's the only human there, which is also weird. Nobody seems to know why, but they all care for him. And eventually a streamer girl visits the planet to check it out. And she has big titties. And did I mention she's a streamer? How pop culture. So yeah, she's like an IRL streamer. She's just there to record whatever's going on with the robot. She runs into the kid. And he's like, whoa, you're a human girl. And they end up becoming like crewmates or whatever. He gets a ship. Turns out he's gonna be like the Space Pirate King or whatever. Basically One Piece. And his goal is just to make friends. He's not looking for treasure, he's looking for friendship.
Yeah.
So he just goes up to everyone who he probably shouldn't be talking to, asks him to be his friend, gets his ass kicked, and they fight occasionally when Streamer Girl does some dumb shit. And gets herself captured or whatever. I don't know, it's all fine. It's occasionally funny, but like, it's not a riot or anything. And the fights, they're like nothing crazy either, however, I guess you could say it's at least moderately creative in that they use gravity rush combat. As in the video game Gravity Rush, where you just like change the direction of gravity and you drop kick everything. So that's pretty cool. Again, I only watched half of it, like, it could get better, but I'm not really too motivated to get back into it. Happened with, what, Radiant? That was another show that I thought had, like, a pretty weak starting half, but, like, I thought the second arc was good, and then the second season was also pretty good, so, like, it got better. Or like Black Clover, which got okay after a while before I ultimately dropped it. So I guess it really just comes down to how funny you find the gag of you can't just ask somebody to be your friend. It's probably gonna make you look weird and get you hit or something. Which is kind of sad, but it's true. Also, big titty gamer streamer girl. Sure, some people watch shows exclusively for waifus. Going back to Radiant, that crazy Millie definitely kept me around until the good part came. I'm having so much trouble getting the angle right on this axe. Pretty sure I'm actively damaging it right now. Smoke means damage, sparks mean good. So annoying when you have the angle and then you lose it. repairs are going really slow on this axe, man. It's a lot easier to do with swords because they're shaped, you know, more evenly. I hate how he's holding it at an angle right now. Hard to even tell which part of the axe is supposed to be touching the stone. But you notice I switched over from the right side because that one's more or less good repaired. For that divot at the end there. This is also like a cheap axe. It could be meant to look a little beat up in its fully repaired state. I don't know. I'm breaking it now. Barks. Alright, I reckon that's enough for the moment, and I cash in some experience on that. Got up to 98%, I'll take it. Beat up sword, yeah. This piece of crap. Swords are always easier to repair. This is more obvious when the repairs are done. I should probably be talking about more stuff. I can't read that, whatever. Oh, Arcane. The League of Legends story. I think at the last session of Dead Space, I was talking about that with my bud, and we did in fact go and watch it together after that. Let's see, so I played League of Legends when I was like 8, and I barely played it because I was 8 and I was shit at the game. And I do not actively play League of Legends. I used to play Dota a lot, which is, you know, the original game that is somehow less popular. And I quit Dota a very long time ago too. It was just too toxic. And of course I miss it, like it was a fun game, but whatever. This is about Arcane. So as someone who hasn't watched League of Legends, who hasn't played League of Legends, I didn't feel like I needed to know any of the characters. In fact, it's more or less the origin story for a handful of characters, so... I don't know, with the exception of one guy specifically, who you can only really know who he is by reading subtitles because it says their name. Everyone else has like their own build-up. It follows the story of one specific city that has like, I don't know, 6 champions in it or something. There's like the high city, where everything's all nice and techy, and then there's the undercity, where everyone's all gross, and there's hookers, and beer, and war in the streets, and, I don't know, they have, like, class wars all the time. Your main 2 protagonists had their parents killed in the last riot. And that, of course, gets them to turn to a life of crime and rebellion or whatever. It starts with a heist where they steal, like, a magic gem that ends up exploding or something. and bringing attention down onto them, which of course gets them mixed up with a lot more shady characters, mafia and police and stuff. And shit goes crazy, a lot of people die, and then we have a time skip where our two friends are now enemies, as very heavily alluded to by the opening credits. Serenade you with Enemy by Imagine Dragons. And I don't know, there were fights, but there weren't a lot of them. It was definitely more of a drama show, in my opinion, and that was all really good. Like, they really do spend a lot of time building these characters and making you care about them. And, like, it plays both sides. Nobody's really made out to be a villain, per se. Which I think is a good thing. Well done. Dog, get your freaking head out of here. I need to see what's going on. Dog, come here. Oh, the butcher blade is supposed to be dull. It has like a neat art style, I guess. Some people say it's like the best animation I've ever seen. I don't think I'd go that far, but like it's pretty dang good. They actually did a music video in like 2008 or something. Like get Jinxed for like a prototype for the whole art style and even the city. Like it looks like Arcane in that like 15-year-old video, which was neat to see. When we went into that rabbit hole, we also figured out Hytale is actually still in development. They get picked up by Riot Forge, which I was pretty excited about because Hytale got its Steam page removed. Like, they went back into deep development, I guess, and I was really excited for that game. Along that same line, yeah, Riot Forge for like an actual game studio. They're not Riot Games, and they're making like a ton of League of Legends spin-off games that are all not League. That's interesting. Like, you're turning it into a brand. You're branching out into stuff like there's the RPG that already came out called like Forsaken King or whatever. And I think that's neat. Like, I have nothing against the world or whatever they've got going on. Be interested in playing some of them, maybe. See, the episode, there's like 8 episodes, I think, but they're all like 40-50 minutes long, so like you know, I think that's roughly 8 hours of watch time. It's probably about the equivalent of a full season of a show. And it's done in, like, sets of 3 or 4 episodes. Because they took a break at some time when they aired it. So, like, it's easy to digest, I guess. We went through it all in, like, 3 sittings. Fragrance. Freshly laundered clothes. The hell? Sample row. Every item of clothing you're wearing that you prepared yourself adds charisma. That's cool. When you repair your own armor, you're able to pad it so it doesn't jiggle as much. Keep yourself. That's cool. With that. I don't know, it was kind of just really good. Again, there wasn't like a ton of action, it was very much more of a drama thing, but I thought it was very well executed. And as someone who hasn't played the game, had no investment in these characters from the start, I felt they did a good job like establishing them and making me care. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing more, because it ended on like a fucking massive cliffhanger. Not so much a cliffhanger, you know what's about to happen, but like, if they just aired for like a literal minute more, something big would have... I don't know. They could come back with another series of episodes, like they took a break the first time, we have no idea. I was thinking it would be cool if they just like covered the story of like a region or a specific city each time they made a new season. Like they did with this one. You get the city, it has like 8 heroes in it or whatever, and they got all their stories out of the way, and then we can go look at another group later. Sharpen that axe. I know this isn't going to be like a pretty axe, but come on. This curve has to go away. There are a couple more shows we can talk about, but I want to talk about this system real quick, actually. Specifically how the blade is like deforming back into its original shape. And it's definitely impressive, but it's actually not that difficult to do. I believe what they did is shape keys, which is how you do like facial deformation. In animation we have a thing called tweening, which simply means that instead of hand drawing every frame or setting up every pose yourself, moving all the vertices individually, you just come up with a couple keyframe poses, and then you let the computer do all the in-between math, like slowly interpolate between one state and another. Which, ideally, you want to have a ton of these keyframes, especially for facial deformation. You want it to look natural. So, like, for lip syncing, they make one for, like, how your mouth is when you say specific letters, specifically vowels. So you have, like, an ah, ooh, oh, face. And then when you're talking, you just move between all those sounds. It goes... you know. Shape keys are like a different thing from animation specifically because it doesn't use the whole like skeleton bone system. It's literally people moving the vertices around. Which is obviously very tedious. And probably why you wouldn't see something like this in other games. In general, the weapon shouldn't even have, like, an animation component on it. It should just be a static mess, like, attached to the character's hand. But because they're going with shape keys, I don't think it necessarily needs that either. So anyways, basically they have a repaired version of this axe, the way it's supposed to be all pretty and stuff, and then they have a beat up version. And, like, the repair percentage, 0 to 100, is, like, literally just the space you let the computer interpolate it between. Of course, there's probably a little more to it than that for this specifically, since you don't repair it, like, smoothly across the whole thing, though they absolutely could have just done it that way and saved time. Like, you repair this in sections. So it probably has, like, shape keys for specific sections of the axe. Like, section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you just cut it up into chunks or whatever. You don't repair it by individual pixels, you'll see, like, a whole area goes smooth. You don't have to touch every single spot of this. Alright, next on the list was Odd Taxi. Again, more of a drama show. In fact, there isn't any fighting, I don't think. Basically, you have animal characters for reasons they get resolved later, but, like, they're symbolic. They aren't actually animals, these are definitely people. You know, you just look at it and you're like, yeah, he's a monkey, or this girl's mousy. Stuff like that. Person's kind of sheepish. Our taxi driver's a walrus. And he's kind of like a brick. It has to do with, like, emotional trauma or something. There's something wrong with him mentally and physically. And, I don't know, he just, like, talks to everyone in the town. He collects information. And he gets, like, involved with this crime syndicate, I guess. And he's trying to do, like, a big con on all of them. He's playing them. And I don't really need to tell you anything else. You know, you like Breaking Bad, you like The Great Pretender. It was good. It was very good. Very intriguing. Yeah, I don't know, this axe is probably fine. Horse boy. Sidekicks. Hello.
Good day to you.
Bring you freshly sharpened blades. You better give me big money for this, because I spent a long time doing it. Wow. You ain't give me nothing.
Let's have a word about the...
No word about the price, because I worked hard to repair these, god damn it.
Are we agreed?
I'd almost shake. Finally,
Alright.
Bread baked just this morning. Bread.
Bread!
Garlic, onions, mushrooms, and asparagus. Come right up. No need.
Wife, one of those go Some of us might have to go to the tailor.
Good health to you. Good luck to you. No, that looks like stolen.
What do you mean it looks stolen? What did I give you that was stolen? I knew there was a pop-up for something. I thought it was for stolen, but I didn't steal anything. Talking about these hunter's gloves? Or, oh, the boots. Both. I'm just gonna drop them. No, wait, Peshek. Her man, Peshek, he's got her back. Stolen too, actually.
I'd like to discuss...
Naturally.
Is this enough?
I'd almost... Aye.
Cool. Probably need some actual repairs of my stuff, too.
Good luck to you.
Oh, you can repair my bow for me? Nice. Yeah, alright.
Let's talk about the...
Naturally.
Is this enough?
That's a poor... No deal there.
Damn it.
Farewell.
Od neděle do neděle hraj muziko vesele. Katiska má roztrané, sláma trčí z
Let's have a word about...
Naturally.
Agree?
You won't come...
What about this?
Come now.
Damn.
Very well.
Alright, I just gotta
Vegetables,
get rid of that
fruits,
bow.
apples, cucumber.
It's about to go bad, but I can.
Fred! Fred!
Woman.
Rolls and
Which way you
pretzels.
going? You nearly killed me.
Heal.
General store probably takes my bow. Buy a couple more cabbages while I'm here too. Sell that wine.
Good day to you. May the Lord watch over you.
What have we got here? Beach for a while. The thing about that is you don't know when you're gonna talk to someone usually. So like, when do you actually drink this? Is that random or after saves coming? Huh. That's really weird, but okay. I don't think it's too useful though. And I just need to buy a couple. And he's got the rotten cabbages still, nice. It's selling those, sucker.
I'd like to discuss...
Aye?
Agree?
We are getting... Aye, that would do it.
Alright, what else do we have? I think that was... Alright. Platinum, and... This one I actually feel like I need to talk about some because... One, I don't recommend that you watch it. It's not very good. So I don't really mind spoiling too much of it. Let's see, so... This was meant to be a spiritual successor to Death Note, the most popular Edge core I outsmarted you thing ever. And Death Note's actually pretty good, alright? And it's definitely a product of its time, and it seems a little too much now, but like, overall it's still very well written. And then the artwork is still like very good too. I believe the writer and artist went on to make Attack on Titan, but I guess this Platinum End thing came out of nowhere too. Must have been a side project. Maybe they like finished writing Attack on Titan and then they went on to this or something, I don't know.
Hey,
coincidentally, Attack on Titan
don't you want
is
a
the
little
thing that
weight to
replaced
run a
Death Note
rampage
as the
for
most
me?
popular anime ever, so... I don't know, they're on to something, obviously, but anyways, Platinum End. And they went for, like, the same thing, where, like, somebody is given, basically, godlike powers, the ability to instantly kill someone. And multiple people have it, and they try to do mind games to kill each other, right? In a nutshell, that's what you're looking at, but there's more to it, like... Let's see, the show starts with someone about to kill themselves, right? And then he gets saved by an angel. And you get told that, okay, you're now, like, eligible to become God, so I'm gonna give you these... I'm gonna give you the killy powers.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little weight?
And that happened to a bunch of other people. Other people who were, like, on the brink of death and they, like, stopped for whatever reason, met an angel. And they're given powers, and now they're all supposed to, like, fight each other to become the next god, because God is fucking tired of this shit and he wants to go home. He's literally retiring.
I've got some goods here whose own...
All right. Goodbye.
I'd like to discuss the price.
So for like the first half of the show,
Agree?
they focus on the whole death game aspect,
That sounds
alright?
pretty interesting.
Very simple mechanics. You got a white arrow that can kill someone, and you got a red arrow that can make someone fall in love with you, and they'll do whatever you say. And once someone has become your minion via red arrow, and they're your minion for like a whole month, by the way, you can give them some of your surplus powers that you have, which after you defeat someone, you get their things. Not everyone has the same things. Some people get wings, which slow down bullets and stuff when you use them. Some people only get reds, some people get whites, some people get all three. Our protagonist obviously has all three, but he decides that life is precious, and he doesn't actually want to kill anyone. Meanwhile, he has to take on people who are killing others. Which is where the mind games come in, because he's like, yeah, you're not gonna kill me, I might stab you, but I don't want to, but I might, stuff like that. And the fights just aren't good. Like, there's not much you can do with that when, like, you either get hit or you don't, and, like, you need it to be a sneak attack because the wings slow down time. And, like, maybe you have a double agent who was hit with an arrow, and, like, they very quickly run out of interesting things they can do with it, because there's only, like, 4 actions the character can actually take in any given situation. Gonna check out this blacksmith. You should take a nap first, I don't know. And it eventually figures out that, like, only supernatural objects can interact with other supernatural objects. So that means that he can use either red or white to deflect another arrow. And, like, you can also use it in melee range rather than shooting it. And that's, like, the only evolution that comes from it. Otherwise, you're just like, who the hell is this? Otherwise, whenever he runs into someone, they're just like, well, this isn't gonna work because there's so little we can do, and it's so very obvious and easy to dodge. We need to set rules for ourselves. So they, like, devise little freaking stupid death games with each other, which are just excuses for them to talk it out until one of them somehow dies. And again, that's like the whole first half of the show. And it's just, like, not very good. It's silly. The mind games are not good.
Yeah.
The fact that they're relying on, supernatural abilities makes things a lot less interesting, too. Like, in Death Note, the whole thing was, 1, not getting caught after you become a prime suspect because you were very sloppy with how you did your initial murders. And 2, hiding your identity, trying to figure out who your actual target is. None of that happens here. You just gotta poke someone. You don't need to figure out their name or whatever. And everyone's hiding their identity anyways by wearing these stupid superhero costumes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the frickin' main villain for half the show is called Metropolitan. What a horrible name to try and pronounce. Everyone else is just like a Power Ranger color. I'm red, I'm yellow, I'm green. And a lot of people get wiped out fairly quickly, and then, like, the friendly candidates are all relatively uninteresting. They don't do much, except for the one kid who's important. Again, like, halfway through the show, the fighting stops, because it wasn't working, it was bad, it was stupid. And then it becomes more of a philosophical debate about, like who should be God and why. What is the actual purpose of God? Their final villain, per se, is, like, r/atheism, who's a self-insert for the writer. And he just, like, he's really dead set on not letting anybody become God, because that wouldn't be atheism. He's like a hard science man, and you think he refers to it as the creature, even though he's seen evidence that these angels and stuff exist. He even has one.
Don't move a finger.
And...
Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law.
I'm sorry, I'm surrendering. Don't shoot me, you fucking nuts! I'm surrendering!
Stop! Hear me!
What'd I do?
I've got you, you bastard. Who the hell do you think you are? You injured someone.
Oh, because I knocked him
You should have
out.
thought twice about what you were doing. That will land you a fat fine.
Under 20 beans. I don't outscore him in anything but intimidation.
I won't put up with any more of this. Keep it up, and you'll rue the day you crossed me.
But I was just... You misunderstood me. Sorry, you can go.
Nice. Right, so again, that stuff can be interesting. He makes, like, a valid debate from multiple perspectives. Like, the guy knows what he's talking about, I guess. However, it's split across, like, 6 episodes. Which kind of, like, ruins the impact of some of the points the guy's making. Like, you need to be able to watch it all at once. And there's just, like, other stupid bullshit happening in between to interrupt it, like military pointing guns at these people and like, oh, I guess we gotta teleport away real quick because guns aren't a threat to us, but sometimes they can be if we're not paying attention. Bye, let's go move somewhere else, let's broadcast this all on TV. Let everybody hear this debate. Occasionally cut to like a fat guy in the street, be like, yeah, I agree with him. Did I mention Metropolitan's whole goal was he just wanted to get rid of ugly people? That's why he wanted to be God. He was like a freaking elite rich pretty boy. He's like, yeah, ugly people shouldn't exist. If it was up to me, like, ugly girls would just fucking die. Is this the blacksmith? No, I think it's the store behind this one.
God be with you.
Is something troubling you?
I wouldn't say it's troubling me exactly, my boy, but I've heard talk about the Sasau blacksmith and I'm losing sleep over.
What talk might that be?
They say they've heard him chanting when he tempers steel, and that nothing of his ever breaks.
Using spells to strengthen steel? That sounds like old wives' tales to me.
That's what they say. They say he was always muttering something, and if anyone catches him at it, he stops at once and gives them dirty looks.
Maybe he's just praying.
Well, he's getting help of some sort, whether it's prayers or something less holy.
Well, if it's troubling you, go and have a look for yourself.
Easy for you to say. I have too much work to do. And anyway, I can't just turn up asking questions. He wouldn't tell me anything.
And, how could I help with that?
Simple enough. Go there and find out if there's any grain of truth in it.
I suppose asking costs nothing.
Just don't ask him outright about any sorcery.
Don't worry, I'm not that daft.
Good, good. And don't worry. You won't be the poorer for it. Once you find out what's what, I'll find a way to recompense you.
Alright.
I'll go and see if there's anything to the stories.
Good. But be subtle about it. Don't go embarrassing yourself. Or me. Good luck to you.
Cool, we gotta save, because I want to pick this man's pocket.
My God, there's a pickpocket here. What?
Damn it. Alright, I didn't know she was there. That's on me. Right, so before their final encounter against r/atheism, they have another run-in with r/suicide is okay. Basically, there's a little boy who's just, like, using his red arrow to tell people it's okay to kill themselves, because these are people who, like, are thinking about it, and they're obviously not having a good time. And he's just like, yeah, you can kill yourself, it's cool. Like, he did it for his parents, he's trying to do it with his older brother. He did it with some random people he found in the street. And he intends to kill himself, too, afterwards. And they intercept him, we're like, Jesus Christ, kid, that's not okay. He's like, why? It's like, it's not that bad, we're not having fun, we're just taking up space. Like, it's kind of the most noble way to go, and not be an issue for anyone else. Hold on. I think I loaded the wrong character. But then they're like, you know what, your classmates will just miss you even if they didn't like you. Ah, damn it, you're right, I guess I shouldn't be a burden on society, so okay, what if I move away and then I kill myself? Then nobody will care, right? Like, kid, stop trying to argue this. You're not gonna kill yourself. Like, fine, I guess. They eventually decide that he's the one who gets to be God, because all that he wants to do is make it okay for people to kill themselves, which, like, on paper doesn't sound that bad. Like, he just wants to make it socially acceptable. That's his whole goal. Which means, like, yeah, right now we're not okay with it, but once he's God, we will be. And that's a good thing, because, believe it or not, the protagonist actually doesn't want to be God. He just wants to pursue happiness with the life he decided to live after failing to kill himself. So, like, even though he would have been an alright god, and that he literally doesn't want to change a thing, he's just gonna do nothing if he became it. The whole final arc is really just him looking for a better alternative to him, and they eventually decide Suicide Kid is it. And that's, guess how the show ends. God kills himself. He decides that he doesn't actually want to make it okay, like, these people are suffering, and there's, like, solutions. These people need help. They're, like, they could be happy, have a nice life, if things were a little different for them, but they're not. And he decides that he'd rather try to help them, but because he can't communicate with humans, he's like, man, this is fucking depressing. I'm outie. He dies, and the world gets fucking erased. And that's it. It cuts the blank at, like, the beings who created the universe, and like, oh shit, they did it again, huh? Guess we'll start again. Because their whole goal is to create something that can help them figure out how to kill themselves. Because nobody wants to live forever, I guess. The ultimate end is suicide. Is what the moral of this story is, I guess.
Good day to you. What do you need?
What's with the targets? Are you an archer by any chance?
I notice you're asking questions. Are you the Inquisition by any chance?
No, I'm Henry, of Skalitz.
From Skalitz? I'm Vatek, from here. Why are you so curious about the targets?
I'm interested
It's
in
just that
archery.
I sometimes try my hand at archery too.
Try your hand, do you? I know plenty who do. When you can score as high as me at chumps, then I might be impressed.
Chumps?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Never played chumps? And you call yourself an archer? All right, Henry, listen up. Chumps is a game for real archers. It tests your strength, stamina, and accuracy. And it can be a nice little earner. Unless you're, well, a chump.
So what exactly is it?
I'll tell you. A bunch of logs are floated down the river. Then you count to 20, and the archers run along the banks after the logs. At the end of the course, someone collects all the logs and counts the strikes. Whoever has the most, always meaning me, wins the bout. Each archer has 20 arrows with their own coloured fletching, and the contest ends when the last log floats through the finish line.
Sounds like good fun.
Fun? My friend, it will bring you out in a proper sweat, and you'll be well pleased to hit just 1 or 2 blocks. So how about it then? Fancy a bout? You'll need your own bow, but I'll supply the arrows with coloured fletching.
Sure.
I do.
Come on then. Ah, 1 more chump. Excellent. Now you have to bet at least 10 groschen, 50 at most. There'll be 3 archers competing at the time. The winner gets triple his wager, and the second gets his coin back. So how much will you bet?
I can get second. I'll go with like 20.
I won't overdo it.
That's the betting over with. Now here are your arrows. Good luck to you.
Right, so obviously there was more to it than all of that. Like, I glossed over the discussion. I recommend maybe watching just the last few episodes, because again, it is interesting, but it ultimately comes down to that.
Ah, well, I won't miss the next one.
Oh, well, I won't miss the next one.
Hit!
Almost.
Can't actually use this bow yet.
Let's see you beat that.
Another on target.
Almost.
I don't know. The show, half of it was really bad. And, obviously, the first half was so bad, you shouldn't even get on to the second half. But then, there is, actual philosophical value in it. Even if it's not something that you necessarily need to watch in animated form whatsoever, it's just people talking. You can read it. And to be fair, the artwork is significantly better in the manga.
Another on target.
But, otherwise, it's just not very good. And I guess I can't recommend it, at all.
Huh? Another on target.
But maybe go read. Maybe go read the final volumes or something.
Hit home.
Or see if somebody summarized the argument. That would be even better, because again, all the in-between shit just didn't need to happen. Military pointing guns at them so they have to zoop away occasionally, people going to sleep, people talking about plans to kill the guy if something tries to pull some shit, which he does, but ultimately turns into more talking. You know, actually, this guy does some bullshit math that they try to explain to you, like this is supposed to work. And he figures out that, if the 2 last candidates die within, 0.13 seconds or some bullshit, no god will die. I don't know how the fuck he found that number, or how he thinks that instantaneous death is possible for 2 people at the same time. There's going to be a split-second delay, and that should be enough, hypothetically.
Got it!
No chance against.
But that's his big plan. He just wants nothing to be made. He wants all of them to die. And he gets talked out of it. Somehow.
almost had it.
I didn't know I couldn't use this bow. It's ridiculous.
Oh, well, I won't miss the
Let's
next
see you
one.
beat that.
Still want to see if I can get second, though. Oh, they ran out of time. Nice.
So, how did it go?
Second out of 3. Not exactly dazzling.
All right.
May the Lord
Wonder
watch
if I can use my bow now. Nah, it's probably not bow skill I need, but like agility or something. And strength. Okay, that's even better. What stamina? I wonder if that means my general stamina or just like stamina consumption when I'm using the bow. That's pretty far up. They said something about the herb lady. Gotta go check on her. I think that's all there is to say about the show. It might be interesting to debate the topic with other people if you all watch the final debate. But other than that, it's like not good, and by no means did it need to be animated. That specifically is like the biggest nail, like there's literature value to it, but not just people talking, man. One of these will be what I need. Butcher. I'm pretty sure that was everything on the list. I wrote these like maybe talked about. I'm pretty sure I did talk about them. Right, there was that bottom one. I think I said to make my abilities average in the next life. Can't tell by the name, it's Isekai. That the person is like so dead set on not being a tropey, overpowered protagonist that when she talks to God after getting hit by the bus or whatever, she says, no, I just want to be average, I want to live a normal life in my fantasy world. And they're like, okay, we'll make you average, which means you take the value of the lowest creature and the value of the highest creature, and you divide it by 2. Which means she actually has half the strength of a high dragon. And she's of course overpowered. She's just doing everything in her power to keep everyone from finding out. This is a comedy. And that's why it's actually pretty alright. She eventually joins a group of relatively inept adventurers. They're quirky, and they do, I don't know, they do cute girl shit, hot girl shit. And she, like, helps them as a support role, I guess. Like, she doesn't do much fighting herself, but she teaches them things. And she makes references to anime all the time. Because she's just a big ol' weeb. Oh, that's the Miller, actually. Talk to him for a quest. I guess the herb lady might not be in the town. I don't know, it was alright. It's not, like, as funny as something like Konosuba, but, like, it's alright. I'd watch more of it if they give it another season, which it did end on a cliffhanger. As a show that's all about girls, there's probably more appeal to it if you are a girl, but, like, I don't think it's a for girls only show. Guess they don't have a job for me. There's a word for it. Shoujo. That's what it's called. Just literally means girl show. Same way shonen means boys show. Like, it has a target audience, but it doesn't mean that everyone can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And as for the current season of stuff, I'm watching a few things, but I feel like a lot of it's like a miss for me. Like, there's only a couple shows I feel like I'm in a dry spot of things I actually care to watch.
Hey, who's that? Hey-o. What's that?
Fucking tense. Well, I never.
Well, enough of this shit. Hey!
Ah, shit, he has a shield. He's OP.
You're dead! Raise the alarm! Alarm!
Fucker. Should I equip that? I think I should probably equip that. I think that's what I was using before, right? Yeah. That to the horse. Do I need so many of these? Takes up like 5 pounds. Whatever, it's probably fine. Dark Sicilian Gambers. Has actual armor. Never mind. Fine. Maybe it's better once repaired, but it's fine. Cool. Significantly heavier. And then bread. Oh fuck, I ate too much. Oh well. Where's Doggo? Upper. Got more meat for you.
To me. Heel. Heel.
Oh, I could have just ate their soup. Be a shame to let it go to waste. Stuffed like a pig. Oh well, it's either gonna be the soup or the bread. Bandages. Hides. Love to see it. Doggy!
To heel, mutt. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
What I got for you? Yeah, you eat that raw meat, boy.
Good fella. That's my boy.
Good fella. Alright, what's going on up here? The herbalist. This is what I was looking for, actually. But before we talk to her, does she have anything we can steal? Very hard. Oh, she has an alchemy station, dog. How many herbs on me, but this is a whole system you gotta learn. It's some bullshit. You got like the 3 herbs you're using for your recipe, you got a recipe book for stuff that you know. And you got like all this bullshit. Alcohol, oil, spirits. And you gotta like, you gotta get the temperature right, and you gotta turn the timer to like make it go for how many turns. And you gotta stir it. And after all that work, you might have made something, or you made a mistake. And the potions are all very good. We see we have plenty of them on us.
How are you?
I ban this fucker. I know I can. Oh yeah.
Is there anything I can do for you?
As it happens, there is. Drahomira, a widow from Ledetchko, requested my services. But it's a long way on foot, and me with my back in such dreadful pain. I simply can't face the journey.
All the way from Ledetchko? What, they don't have a herbalist there?
They do, but she didn't want a local. She's a rich widow, inherited a butcher's shop. You know how folks like to gossip, especially about anyone who's better off than them. Do you know anything at all about exorcisms?
Exorcisms?
Jesus Christ.
You know, banishing ghosts, smudging, spells.
Yes.
A haunted butcher shop. All in a day's work for me.
It's not a task to be undertaken lightly. This is a real ghost, the spirit of a dead man who hasn't found peace. In order to banish him from the world of the living, you'll need to do a few things.
Slit a black cock's neck on the poor soul's grave?
What a despicable thought! No. Do you know what smudging is? You'll need 10 poppies and some flowers from the deceased grave. Once you have all that, bring it to the house that's being haunted. Light it on fire, and the smoke will purge the place of any unwanted spirits.
All right.
Sounds like fun. I'll help you.
It's no game. It's a very serious matter. Drahomira was terrified, and these aren't forces to be meddled with lightly.
Fine. Is there anything else I should know?
That's a question for Drahomira. You'll find her in her cottage on the very edge of Ledetchko. May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, so I need to find poppies. I know there's some, like, around Ratai, but I'm thinking I can probably just find them in any old field. How are we doing on time, by the way? 2 hours? Okay, we're good. Keep it chopping. What is that?
Yeah.
Purple flowers. Poppies are red. Is what I need.
The heel, mutt.
Oh, this is Valerian shit. Marigold. And I'll collect a few. This is one I want. A dandelion? That looks nothing like it. Oh, I see. Those are dandelion. Are these poppies? These are golds. Poppy should probably have a different shape than the marigold, like, if I'm walking by some of them. Suppose there could be some by the actual town, which I might head back to since the sun's going down. The whole area's all just marigolds. I want to go towards the blue A.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm stuck. Ah! Yeah, yes.
Huh?
Is that house I robbed? No, it's not. This is the butcher. Overloaded with what? Bandages? Or is it because I'm fat? I'd feel more inclined to let go of the pick when I lose my spot if it didn't just automatically reset. The whole damn thing. Aww. That was something.
Greetings.
Greetings.
The herbalist Kunhuta sent me. I'm here because of the ghost.
You don't look like you know a thing about ghosts. Why didn't she come herself? Why did she send someone so young instead? Do you know anything at all about exorcisms?
I do. Do I need to threaten her?
She was in too much pain to make the journey. But you can trust me. I know what I'm doing.
You'd better. Well, get to work then.
There's a few things I need to know first.
I'd rather you just got on with it. But I don't suppose I've got any choice. So ask.
What exactly has been going on?
It happens at night, Every night now an apparition comes to me and I can't get a wink of sleep. I can't take it anymore.
Are you the apparition? No, she's just a floating head in a dress.
Whose ghost is it?
His name was Alois.
Look at that,
and
she
had
has
a
no
farm
body.
not far from Ledetchko. A few years ago, his farmhouse burned down with him in it.
I've heard that people who die such horrible deaths seldom rest in peace. Why do you think he chose you of all people?
How am I supposed to know? Maybe because we're neighbours. We grew up together as children.
I suppose that makes sense. Where is Alois buried? For the exorcism, I'll need flowers from his grave.
He's laid to rest in the Sasau cemetery by the wall. His grave is a bit overgrown with vines. I've been there a few times for a visit. The first day he appeared, I prayed at his grave, but he came again just the same.
I know everything I need to know.
Then for God's sake, perform the ritual as soon as possible. Goodbye.
Right. Alright, so we need to go to the tavern, take a nap. And then we ride off to Sasau, do these 2 quests, I guess. Where's my horse? I wonder if this tavern even has a bed. It's just a small house. I doubt it. I might just have to ride off the Sasau. In fact, I guess that's what I will do. I think it's a straight shot from here. Sasau is more of a city. Like, it's even denser than Ratai. And there's a lot of quests that happen over here too. Kind of the secondary hub.
Hey. Who's there?
Yeah.
There's also a big cathedral over here. Is always a good time. Nice clear night, we can see relatively well. Might even be harmful to pull out a torch. Alright, we can't see in these woods anymore. Oh.
You call.
Ow. Ow.
Well landed.
Knock it off.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
God, what's happening?
Mercy! I yield. Please don't kill me. I'll slaughter you.
Where could he have vanished to?
He must be here somewhere. At the knees of you.
You're dead.
You'll get what for.
You'd call that combat. Is that all you've got? Come here, little liver.
Probably be quicker if I just ran up to him. But I got stuck on a corner.
Bring it on.
Is that Farkas?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Come on. Where could he have vanished to? Just when I wanted to vent my rage on someone.
Oh! Oh! Damn. It.
I'm gonna enjoy this. Where could he have vanished to? He must be here somewhere.
Literally can't hit him.
Take
where I'm standing.
Bollocks! What's going on there? Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly. Stop!
I'm just toying with him. You know I can poke him to death. That. Their guy ran off, I think. I don't know. It's not my problem. Is my problem is finding the goddamn road again.
Hey, who's there?
Who's there?
What's that?
Can't see shit anymore. Let's give her right here. Probably don't want to talk to me this late at night, though. That windy hill that you go up is always such a pain in the ass. I think it's like my least favorite part of trying to get to Sasau from the south. There's also this, like you have to walk all the way around this forest. It's probably easier to go north.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll slay you.
I'll slay you.
Yeah.
I think I heard an arrow get shot. There's poppies. Is them poppies? Nah. More marigolds. We made it to Sasau. There's a lot of blacksmiths in this town. Now, alright, I think this star over here is the tavern. We're playing Yahtzee? The maid, where's the innkeeper? There he is.
I am honored that you should come to me.
Is there somewhere I could sleep here?
Aye, there's room here. For how long?
Just the one night?
All right. Money up front, though.
Ah, that's easy.
Here you are.
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
Good luck to you.
This my room? It is. And this, my global chess. Sleep till here, and then we can read. They break the rest of the time. Pretty sure I'm in the process of reading a lock or something. No, I guess not. Oh. Read the whole book. Nice, got perk. Put that book away. Needs a key. Yeah. Especially picking lock tunes and aim. Broken picks return to inventory. Alright. Use your punk. Nice. 90% less noise when snapping a pick. Deplete health and stamina by bumping in. Heavy swing, attacks cause greater damage, cost more. Mule 2. This is the one. You need these mule perks to wear heavy armor, basically. Alright, so blue is for the haunted house, and red is for the blacksmith. I think we literally just talked to the guy. There isn't much to this.
Yeah.
Blacksmith immediately across from the weapons store. What a bargain.
Stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor.
What?
Good day to you.
He is chanting.
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course some of my pieces are broken, but only ever here at the smithy.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
Father was a blacksmith all my life. He always stoked up the furnace till it roared gently, and you could smell the heated iron. Then he plunged it into the water, and that was that.
What gently humming furnace are you on about? Have you ever actually been near one? You'd end up drenched with sweat the whole time, not just while you were tempering. Don't try and tell me you've ever even been in a smithy.
I'd like to ask you about the tempering process.
And I'd say I've nothing much to tell you. You just need an eye for it and a furnace.
So that's why I'm curious just how you go about it.
Look, I learnt it from my father. May he rest in peace. And I don't mean to share our secret with anyone.
So it's a family formula?
Actually, yes, it is. And that's how it's going to stay.
Let's stop talking about tempering. I've heard it said that you're a warlock.
What? Why the fuck would they say that?
They say when you temper steel, you chant spells, and then nothing of yours ever breaks.
Spells? That's a good one. It's no spell, just a rhyme to time myself so I don't hold the steel hair too long.
Ah, that makes sense. So is it that everyone else doesn't have a sense of time?
Good luck to you.
Make them both. You sing your ditty bitty? Do I have to ask him to do it?
I'd like to ask...
And I'd say...
Let's stop talking.
No.
May the Lord watch over you.
Have you got anything good? Oh, your wife's undergarments. Can I talk to his wife? No, she was just in here, dog. You crawl up here? Oh, a whole loft. Fancy. Why is their floor made of dirt, though?
go from the beginning. The sun sets out across the skies. He loses his way, to the forge he flies. Couldn't be far, far away, couldn't be far near our stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may blind, but you will not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun, he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck.
Did I interrupt them?
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Do you know how the blacksmith does his tempering?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I help him out here and there, but I could never do his work for him.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure.
Why is the blacksmith muttering nonsense to himself? Has he been in the sun too long?
Oh, that's nothing. Just a silly little rhyme for his work, to time it right.
Oh, I see. I thought he was delirious.
No, he's like that all the time.
Do I have to wait around for this man to do it again?
Take care.
It sounds like he's singing at first, and then he just starts, like, quickly reading the sentences off a script or something. It's silly. Who is this? Townswoman. You're not the blacksmith's wife. This it from the beginning? Okay, you know what? If I recall correctly, it's not... In a way, he is casting a spell, because at this point in time, nobody's figured out that the time you heat the steel for it can make it stronger or more brittle. That's what the deal is. He just happens to have found a good time for it, and he's using the rhyme to remember how long that should be. Why is this man not rhyming? I hear some fat beats, bro. Oh, I see, I see. It's not like an objective. You're just gonna do it and I gotta listen. I'll remember it, I guess. Oh god, I just spit everywhere. Just like gleeked. That was a weird trend for a while. People are like training themselves to shoot their spit out in like a smooth stream. Really fucking gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is this one have a house on it? Just one of those things where you step in and then you read the thing, it says you.
Ah, I found it. Now to pick the flowers. Right, now back to Drahomira so I can get this thing over with.
Hilarious. Those aren't flowers, those are dandelions. Or weeds. Not that anybody cared about them. They left his grave so untended that the weeds grew on it. I guess we should get the hell out of here. And even check out this quest giver. See if my memory's any good.
Yeah.
That guy had a cool hat. We're on the right path.
Yeah.
Alright, what's going on here? You Miller?
Good day to you. What do you need?
He's a RuneScape character.
Is there any work you could give me?
That depends. Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've got a bit of a problem.
I'm listening.
We've got a human captive we pulled out of the river. I've an idea what to do with him, but I need a little help. I have my own plans for him, but I need a bit of help.
You just said that.
How did you do it? It's not every day a miller's helper catches an enemy of the crown.
That's true. My hands will be more than happy to tell you how they caught him.
I'll help you. I've got some unfinished business with the Cumans.
I'm guessing you're from Skalitz, then.
I am.
Very well, then. I plan to question the bastard and find out where he hid all the plunder he's been taking.
He doesn't speak English.
All right, I'll get it out of him.
Do you speak Hungarian?
No, I don't.
Then you won't get anything out of him. But if you want to help, you can. A little down the river is a mill. The men said there's a vagrant there who swears in Hungarian when he's playing dice. You could go there and find out if he knows any more than curses.
Ah.
All right, I can handle it.
Thanks. See you later.
Thanks. A little bit downriver is a mill. You mean like up this way? That's kind of out of the way, isn't it?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Still need to get poppies, and like, it's gonna be annoying, but I might just ride all the way back to Rattay to get them.
To heal, mutt.
Hey, these are poppies, nice. You know, it's just like a smooth round flower, it doesn't have petals.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the real ghost.
I'm back with the incense. Can we begin?
Good. Let's go to the cross in the bedroom.
Drop the herbs and...
Well, what are you waiting for?
I feel a bit out of my depth. This is my first time.
Now you tell me. Well, get started. You've got the flowers, so it has to work.
Well, here goes.
Latin, I suppose.
Pater noster quiest incarnis sanctificator omen tuum.
Are you sure you're saying that right?
Shh! I mustn't be interrupted. In nominate parties et filiis et spirits etc. Ave Maria gratia plenti dominatrix tecum. Glory be to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. O Lord, may he rest in eternal peace, and may eternal light guide his way. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please God, I can finally sleep in peace at night. Come by tomorrow to see if it worked.
Oh, I doubt it, but alright. Gotta be something else wrong with her. Like, just last year my father thought he had, a poltergeist, like, fucking him up while he was sleeping, twisting his bones and shit. He'd always wake up with muscle aches. And one day he thought it was just so bad he couldn't even walk. And he went to the doctor finally and found out it was Lyme's disease. He got bit by a tick. Which means like muscle atrophy, that's what was happening.
My respects to you.
Curable now though. Or maybe if you don't let it like get too on set for more than a year or something. I don't know the specifics. I know it used to be something you were stuck with forever.
Master Blacksmith, I think I know how the tempering gets done in Sasau.
And what have you found out? Don't keep me on tenterhooks. Out with it.
That chant of his is a sort of nursery rhyme. He uses it to time his heating and quenching.
Well, there we are. I thought those rumours about casting spells were a load of nonsense. And do you recall this little rhyme of his?
Maybe, but that's not all. He heats the metal twice.
Twice? Why would he do that?
You'll have to ask him that. But the second time it didn't hiss, although he heated it. And that rhyme of his, it went something like this.
Oh shit.
The sun is high, the breath is short, the road is long, it seems to me. Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay.
And 2 and 3.
The sun sets out across the skies. He loses his way, to the forge he flies.
That sounds like the start of something.
God damn it.
My breath is short, my feet are sore.
That's the third line.
Buy a horse, but I am poor.
Yes, that would be about it.
And that's all. That's the way it went.
That's not right. I counted it out, and that's certainly no way to temper anything. You must have made a mistake.
But I'm sure... Well, I suppose.
This can't be right. Maybe you should go back and listen again. Take care now.
Now I'm quite sure of it.
Then tell me.
That...
Well, there we are.
Maybe.
Twice?
You'll have to ask him. The sun sets out.
That sounds like the...
Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay.
And 2 and...
My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor.
Yes, that would be about it.
Then he heated it. He said, like, from the top again or whatever, and then he sang. And that was when he got interrupted.
That was the first part. Now the second. The sun is high, the breath is short, the road is long, it seems to me.
That's right.
The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you'll not wither, darling mine.
And 7.
The sun he hides behind a cloud, his heat goes cold and his fire goes out.
And that's how the second part begins, is it?
Ah, Jesus Christ.
And that's all. That's the way it went.
That's not right. But I'm sure this can't be right. Maybe you should go back and listen. God be with you.
Yeah, okay, I literally don't want to do that. Come on. Come on, phone, wait. Yeah, obviously I could walk back and listen, but you saw, like, if it was the game to repeat it. So I'd rather just look it up, because it's gonna be a lot quicker. Rhyme. Okay. So I would have gotten a bonus if I actually succeeded in that speech check, and he would have, like, told me an actual trade secret.
Now I'm quite...
Then tell me.
Well,
there we are.
Maybe.
But, oh
Twice.
well.
You'll have to ask him.
The sun sets out across the skies.
The sun sets out.
That sounds like the...
Kuttenberg is far.
Kuttenberg is far.
And 2...
Breath is short.
My breath?
Yes.
Sun may burn.
The sun may burn, the sun may shine.
And 7.
Then he heated it again.
That was the first part.
Sun hides.
The sun he hides behind...
And that's how the second part begins, is it?
That was like a hint. Found the fish.
He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck.
Fry your fish.
Fry your fish, the fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast.
And 4 and 5.
That's all of it.
And that's all. That's the way it went.
Right. The first part long and the second shorter nearly by half. I'll have to try it out. Here's your reward, and if you're in need of a job,
I'll give it some thought, Master Blacksmith.
Oh, I'll take it.
Take care.
Relentless spirits, find out the following day if the ritual worked. Translator. Head back across the bridge. Aren't we on time actually? Because I gotta pee and that usually time to go, which, yeah, it seems good. We just gotta save from doing the quest, so I think we are good. We did make story progress. It was all questing, actually. We didn't waste too much time. So, I feel good about that. Things did go a little slow. We did plenty of combat. Like, we have proof that we can survive now against unarmored enemies, at least. We haven't done, like, an actual fight against an armored guy, but it's fine. We were able to do quests. That means that we're actually playing the game now, so that's wonderful. Yeah. I guess that's all for this week. I'll see y'all again in a week. Bye-bye.